And now, from Beaulieu, in the heart of the New Forest, Most Haunted Live at Halloween. Thousands have travelled from all over Britain to witness the Most Haunted Live team investigate the unsolved mysteries of Beaulieu Abbey and Beaulieu Palace. What will they discover? Find out on Most Haunted Live. Please welcome your hosts, the face of Most Haunted herself, Yvette Fielding.
Hello! It is going to be an extraordinary night. It's amazing. We are here at Beaulieu Abbey and we are here in one of the main places. It's absolutely amazing and we've got 500 people here! Woo! There are lots of other people here as well, dotted around the Abbey. We've got cameras with them. And not only that, but we've got other members of the team with us. Now, something extraordinary has just happened. I've just been told 9 minutes before we went on air, we just found out that the motion detector in one of the rooms has gone off. There is a trigger object in that room, and anybody that's watching at home, click on to that web camera and have a look, because there is movement in that room and there is nobody there. So already something is happening, which is quite amazing. We're in for a fantastic night. Hope you enjoy it. There's not only me, but we've got the whole team.
And please welcome at the Haunted Hub, where we await your calls and texts, David Bull.
Yes, welcome to Beaulieu. This is Halloween. This is the night when the gates of hell were opened, tormented souls left, and this place is full of paranormal activity. In this very abbey, monks are said to roam this room. Sightings of a grey lady, noises, chanting of monks, lights that go on and off, and the strange smell of incense. There have also been multiple murders on this site, and tonight we need your help to try to solve the murders. So who is the person who was killed and then buried in the abbey? Who is that person? Who was the person who was thrown down the stairs to their death? We need your help to try to find out the facts. There's also a whole series of experiments that we need your help with. Now, as a scientist, I need evidence. A week and a half ago, we sent 4 people to spend the night here in Beaulieu. They took EMF meters, they took sound recording devices, they took motion sensors, and they found what they believe is evidence on their sound recording device. And this is what they heard. Footsteps, fraud. Also, the noise at the end is a motion sensor that was detected apparently when there was no one in that room. Well, there are 2 people who are with us who are regulars for Most Haunted Live, our 2 experts, Matthew Smith, parapsychologist, Hi. Richard Felix, historian. Good evening, welcome to the TV. Evening. Matthew Smith! You know, Matthew, we've done 5 of these shows now. You're always saying you want evidence. What about that for evidence?
Well, it's a good start. I mean, on the face of it, it seems very, very compelling. What sound like footsteps in a room which I guess no one was supposed to be there, but then the motion sensor goes off. I mean, that's also what you'd expect to hear if there actually was a person going in that room. So we need to look at closely at the condition under which those footsteps are recorded. But on the face of it, it seems quite compelling.
Like it. Richard Felix, historian, good location for us tonight?
Love it. Oh, this place, absolutely fantastic.
800 years of history.
800 years of history, tons of energy with us tonight. Don't forget all these people. They're all believers. OK, well, we're delighted that you're here. More from you later on. Now, for regular viewers, you'll know the whole thing is run from the hub. Now, the hub tonight is through here. This is the domus. This is where the monks actually slept. It's turned into something rather more glamorous these days. And as we go towards the back, we go up to an upper area. And this is where tonight's hub is. Over here, the guys are operating these 4 webcams throughout tonight. There you can see them, the old abbey, the church,
the domus, which is just above us, and the palace stairs, which is actually a separate building. Keep your eye on those cameras. If you think you see anything, then please do tell us what you see, but also make a note of the time that you see it. We can then go back and see whether we can corroborate what you're telling us. It is going to be a truly amazing night. It really, really is. And this place, as Richard Felix was saying, is incredible. Packed with history. The story of Beaulieu is amazing. And this is its story.
Nestled within the breathtaking countryside of the New Forest sits a historical attraction laced with motors, mystery and murder. This could only be Beaulieu. Nearly 800 years ago, in 1204, King John's nightmarish vision of being brutally beaten by a menacing order of monks brought about one of England's most beautiful and now most haunted country estates. To this day, the spirits of the original pioneers still remain present in this historic masterpiece.
What is today the parish church used to be the choir monks' refectory, their dining hall, where they would go for their meals. And of course, one of the local vicars of the church, the Reverend Poles, he used to commune with the ghost spirits of the monks here, and he had names for them, and he used to hear their boots squeaking, and he also used to hold services for them in the closed church.
There has been several reports over the years of people seeing ghosts and monks and hearing music. And my uncle used to be the butler in Palace House, and one night he was expected to stay in there as a security measure because there was nobody else in the house. He got very frightened because he could hear doors opening and shutting, and when he walked around he couldn't find nothing.
Priests, dignitaries, guests and staff have been experiencing paranormal activity for over 100 years, be it monastic chants, burning incense or creaking footsteps. So sit tight and be astounded as we confront the ghosts of Beaulieu.
Now there is one man who we couldn't do this show without. You love him at home, they love him here. He's a clairvoyant, he's a clairaudient. Ladies and gentlemen, Derek Acora! That's great, thank you very much. Lord Montague, thank you so much for allowing us to be here.
Lovely to see you all.
Now, you actually live here, don't you?
Yes.
If you, tell me, that's better. Tell me, how haunted do you believe this place to be?
Well, I think when you think that the monks were here for 350 years, you're not surprised that their presence is still felt in people hearing singing, looking at the monks. And since then, my family's had one or two adventures.
You think it's very haunted?
Yes, I do indeed.
Thank you so much. And of course, a very important cargo in the back. Derek Acora!
Thank you, bless you.
Derek,
David,
fantastic
hi.
to see you. Now,
to see you.
You know, we've done 5 of these now. This is the 5th.
Yes.
This is an incredible location. But what are your first feelings about this location?
Well, my first feelings, without a doubt, David, is we've got activity very strongly here. The residual energy, how long it goes back, I don't know, but I feel we're in for a very strong, if not the best, spiritual night in our investigation.
And it's Halloween.
Yes.
Now, Derek, I want you to come with me because I think you're going to be amazed. I've got 500 of your biggest fans in here.
Okay.
Come and meet your audience,
Right,
Derek.
thanks, David.
Okay, right.
And now, the man you've all been waiting for. Please put your hands together for Most Haunted Live's very own Mr. Derek Acora.
Let's see. Great to see you. David.
There they are.
Yeah.
Derek Acora.
Thank you. Love ya. Thank you.
Amazing. They absolutely love him. There are 1,400 people in the grounds of Beaulieu tonight, and they absolutely love you. They love you. Now, it is time for the serious business. It's time for the first of tonight's supposedly haunted locations. This is the story of the Abbey.
Now a pile of broken bricks, here lies the remains of what was the original abbey, destroyed mercilessly by Henry VIII during the dissolution of the monasteries in 1538. It is here where the mystery coffin was discovered following a routine excavation. And inside were the bones of a man bearing a wound not dissimilar to a bullet hole. On hearing the news, the great Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who had investigated Beaulieu on many occasions, made his way to the abbey, accompanied by a clairvoyant medium. During a séance, a crowned ghost rose from the grave, but the name, lost in history and forgotten in time.
Inside here in the abbey, and it's quite a freaky place.
Well.
Now, a lot of things have been seen in this particular area, a lot of ghost sightings. I don't know if you won't be able to see right down there, but it's a very, very freaky place. Now, I can't really say too much because I don't want anybody in particular to hear, if you know what I mean, but there's a certain something, a very, very strong presence that has been seen and felt in this particular place. Now, we're going to come back later on after the break to find out more and also to see if Derek's going to pick anything up at all.
Well, welcome back to Most Haunted Live, to an incredible night. 1,400 people packing Beaulieu for what we hope will be the biggest and the best Most Haunted Live. This place, 800 years of history, and Yvette is currently at the first of her locations. Yvette, are you there?
I am, David, and I'm also joined by Mr. Phil Wyman as well. Right. Does he get a round of applause? Phil, now listen, we're in the Abbey.
We are, yeah.
And as I said before we went to the break, this apparently is very active, isn't it?
This area is supposed to be very active. Hopefully Derek, obviously we're going to have religious connections, let's say. I accept that. I'm hoping Derek can give us names.
That's what we're looking for,
exactly.
Aren't we? Okay. Now, I want to go just a little bit further down because right at the very end, it is very, very dark. And later on, I don't know, maybe we'll be brave enough to go on our own. But there's certain things along this pathway that we're hoping that maybe Derek is going to pick up and hopefully some names. So what we really need is, I don't know, whether to turn the lights down now is probably quite a good idea. So let's turn the lights down. A hush from the audience will be quite good. Okay, all lights off. Oh, God.
Now that is totally different, isn't it?
Oh, my God. That is pitch black. You can't see the bottom there. That is horrible.
No, there's a white cross down there, which totally, you can't see it at all, can you now?
That is really horrible. I can imagine being here totally on your own would scare you to death.
It's scaring me now, let alone on my own.
I think it's scaring everybody else. But what we need is names. We need to find out. Lots of people have seen things. We need to know who these... That's just a firework. I'm already starting. It's pathetic. Let's bring in Derek and see what he can pick up. Come on in, Derek.
Derek, please make his way to the ruins of Beaulieu Abbey.
You all right, Derek?
Yes. Yeah,
this is a very... I don't like this at all. No. It's only because it's so dark.
Yes.
Now, there have been sightings here. It's apparently a very active place. Whether you can verify that, I don't know.
Yes. Well, there is activity here, without a shadow of a doubt. Well, it does not make a pun of it, a shadow of a doubt. The activity now is actually coming round. I have had a person that's followed me since earlier, and he is now with me again. And it's like as if he wants to give me like some kind of mind or mental pictures here of something. It's like as if to say, I've got a man who calls himself Brother Simon.
Right.
Brother Simon. And he said, this has got to be cleared up. This has got to be cleared up. And I can hear Sam talking to him.
What has to be cleared up? This isn't making sense.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not making sense to me at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, just calm it down a bit. Calm it down a bit. Yes. Yes. The man who was laid. The man who was laid. He's talking about... Oh, okay. He's talking about another brother. He's talking about another brother.
Don't mention the name. There's a reason why. Keep that to yourself, because I'm going to ask you to write it down in a minute. It's part of an experiment. So if you have you got a name?
Yes.
Right, okay. Now tell me, who is this person you got the name for? What's his connection with this place and why is he here?
He's here because a person that was actually murdered here. There's a person that's been murdered.
Do we know who the murdered person is? Do you know who the murdered person might be?
Well, they're telling me.
Okay.
And you see, it's not what it seems. It's not what it seems. They want it cleared up. And the person who's laid in this, I feel the housing of this person, although he's left his physical body, I get the damage to a head. And with this lying there, he's not who he's... Okay, take it away, the mystery. A mystery.
Right.
Take away this mystery. Clear this up. He's saying, okay, thank you. Around the time that... Oh, I can't give this name. You've told me not to give it.
I tell you what, why don't you write this name down?
I know who the murderer is.
All right. I don't want anybody to see it at home. All right. So you think do you know who the murderer is?
Yes.
You do know who the murderer is, and you know who the victim is.
I'm asking about the victim, but you see the person who walks round here. He's like a black shadow, at times, and he causes conditions. Even though we're out in the open now, of really deep cold spots. I'm drawn very close to this wall area, and I want to go to the far end.
Can we go there? Can we go there?
Please, yeah. And we go down, and this is where I feel his energies up and down, up and down.
Okay.
And he's a tormented soul.
Is he not very nice?
No, he's not, because he murdered, and you know, he's been tormented ever since. You know, he left his physical body. He had to leave his physical body later. Come on, Sam. Yes. Oh, they give me a date here. 13, it looks like 1347.
1347.
1347.
Was that the murder, the date of the murder?
Yes. But he was not... This person was not murdered out here. He was brought here.
Okay, can you actually see him anywhere? Is he showing himself to you?
His energy is out here now, and you see, as if I just want to walk up here, Ivy.
Whereabouts?
You see, I feel his manifestation seems to be caught here so much, and then one scene goes way to the, you know, at speed to the far end. And, you know, oh, listen to this.
What?
And it's like, can you not hear this chanting?
No.
Oh, I feel also he's the one that, it's Latin. Oh.
Can you say it? Can you repeat what you're saying to me?
I'm just trying to catch hold of this. He's not speaking much. It's like, the Latin.
Say the words, say the words.
How can I give this copy? I don't know if I'm getting this right. It started off Demetro, and it's like a scream, and these words come out together. It's like 1, 2, 3, and he's off.
Okay, now listen. We need a name. Okay,
yes.
The person that is haunting this area. We need a name, and I want you, without everybody to see at home, the name that you are writing there. Only myself and Phil can see what you're writing. Okay. He's a monk. Yeah. Okay.
Can I say that?
Yeah, just write the name down for me.
Oh.
Just write it down. Okay. And you're writing the date down there as well. Okay. Right, we've got the envelope. Okay. Let's pop that in the envelope. Can you take that torch from me? All right. Oops. This paper. Can you... No. I'm trying. I'm all fingers and thumbs here. I'm trying not to show everybody at home
His
what it
energy's
is.
coming around you, to the side of you, Ivy.
What?
He's here.
What? Oh, don't say that to me. Please don't say that to me. For God's sake, don't say that to me.
His energy... Phil, go there. He's there.
Just there?
Yes. Now, look, he's shifted now. He's gone this way.
Where?
He's gone along the wall.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm telling you what I see. No, okay, there's a disbursement. He's shot now. He's gone over there.
Is this the monk that you've just named that you're seeing?
Yes, he's the one, yes.
And he's the murderer?
Yes, he's the black shadow.
Right.
He's the one who chants, and he's the one, as you come across it. Out here at times, the noise and the sounds, because it's given me a repeat and a repeat and a repeat.
Is he gone now? Has he disappeared?
His energy is now dispersed. He's gone in that direction.
Do you know right, okay, I need to sign the back of this envelope, and I'm going to, okay, it's sealed, there you go, there you go, I've put my signature, it's sealed, okay? Now, I'm going to give this to Phil, okay? You need to look after it, and you need to secrete it in the old Abbey area, okay? And
This
we'll pick
one-
it under a stone,
This one,
okay?
it comes in a shadow, but he's not in dark or black. He's in white covering. He's in white covering. It's like a white hood and a white full covering.
Yeah, that's understandable.
And he's nasty. He covered things up of his conditions. And this other person that look at wow.
What?
This person who's laid, who he murdered, not here. I feel towards the house or a house, the outbuildings, some outbuildings.
So this person who was murdered,
Yes.
right, his body wasn't, not here.
I feel I got a big like coffin type thing, and I went back through the residual energy, which they allowed me to, and it was like, you know, this, I can't understand what this means, but I feel as if I'm just encased in lead.
Tell me more about this coffin. Can you think in your mind's eye? Can you see where that coffin is in this area, in the Abbey?
It wasn't just this coffin. There was other coffins.
Right. Where are you seeing it? Can you place it?
Yeah, where they're located. Or where were they located?
They're close to the wall.
They're close to the wall.
This wall
Close
here,
to
in
the
front of us
wall.
here.
Or
On the other side or this side?
I don't feel it's this side.
It's not this
No,
side.
it's not this side. But the energies, the residual energies are coming through these walls.
Right.
And can I tell you, this person, he killed this man, and he killed him one way, but he damaged his physical later to make it look he'd been murdered another way. He was poisoned. He was then brought to this coffin, and his head was punctured. I go through the boom like this, and he placed something on his head. What's that, Sam? What has he put on his head? It's like as if I'm getting it's like as if he's putting something metal on his head, and he's pressed it onto his head, and he wants his
Once he's in the coffin, he's doing this?
Yes, he's put him in, and he's done this, and he's covered it up, and it's like as if he's thinking in his sordid, crazy mind at the time that later this would be found and would cause a mystery to, thank you, Sam, to let people believe or think that the person in this coffin was of regal stock, if I want to call it, and it's a monk.
Right.
A fellow monk.
So you know, say metal, something placed metal on his head, are you talking about a helmet or something?
No,
Can
it
you be more
doesn't feel
specific?
like a helmet. It was thrust just for the moment on my head. You know what, I don't know what a crown of thorns feels like, but it's like as if as it was thrust, it would have dug here into the skull. It's a crown. It's a crown. A metal crown.
Right, okay.
And
But you're definitely saying that the body was buried.
Yes.
You feel that it was on the other side of
Yes.
the wall. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Phil, can you go and take the envelope off and put it
Sure.
somewhere within the grounds, okay? All right. Let's have a look where you're going to go and put it. Okay. Quickly as we can. All right. Put it down. Put it down. Just here, that's fine, underneath the rock. That's fine. And we'll come back to that later, all right? All right.
There you go.
Brilliant, so that's done. Okay, is the spirit gone now?
yes, it's energy.
It's definitely gone.
He's dispersed on us
Okay.
for the moment, but I feel his presence here tonight is going to cause
Is
problems.
he visiting this particular area, or is he in the
He's
whole,
he's-
everywhere?
He moves about. He moves about, but I feel at the height of his torment.
Yeah.
We're talking here about a man, a monk, who murdered a fellow monk because this fellow monk was very, what's the word here? I get this clarity of mind, of purity and of service. And this other monk wasn't that way under guise, and he got up to all kinds of things, and this other monk found out and he murdered him.
Okay, David, who are you with and what do they think about what Derek has already said?
Sure. Amazing start. Thank you very much, Yvette. So to just get this clear, a 6'3" man we know was found in a coffin with a hole in his head. Derek Acora tonight believes he knows the name of the person who killed that person. He sealed it, put it in an envelope. Very quickly, Richard Felix, white robe, does this add up?
White robes, Cistercian monks wore white robes, absolutely, as opposed to others wore black or brown. Quite correct, yeah. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle did have a séance here, and a figure was actually seen wearing a crown.
No.
Yes.
Which actually is what Derek has said.
Absolutely correct, and it's in the site where the burials took place out there.
So Derek mentions this figure with the crown and
it had a
Conan
hole in
Doyle.
its head, which mentions a bullet hole, but of course in those days with rubbish. But it certainly had a hole in its head, probably done by a blow from a sword or something like that. Yeah.
Matthew Smith, very quickly, lots of former staff, that intrigues me, former staff of this amazing place. They obviously believe this place is haunted, so a figment of their imagination, or are they all clearly insane?
Well, there are two possible different explanations. I think the insanity explanation is probably very, very unlikely. But the fact that lots of people see monks in a place where, again, there is obviously a history where monks would have been here, I don't find that too surprising. Because people probably aren't necessarily seeing monks, they're just seeing images, seeing something they're not very able to interpret, but because they know of the history of the place, they might interpret it as being monks. So, on the face of it, it might seem impressive, but I think if you look more deeply at it, it could be explained in terms of coincidence.
Okay. Richard Felix, just tell me very quickly, you were just starting to tell me about monks. There is huge history here with monks.
Yeah, right back to 1204, when this was established by King John as a monastery. Cistercian monks, special, they wore white. So people, and they had a black cover over them, so black and white, a bit like penguins. Anybody sees anything like that, then they are really seeing it, or they're a damn good historian.
So these are different to Benedictine?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. They wore black. Very
okay, let's go to our second location. It's the Palace House.
Once the great gatehouse leading to the Abbey, the Palace House was extended in 1871 to provide additional accommodation for the Scott family. But some of the ghosts of Beaulieu's past still appear from time to time. Elizabeth Varley, a keen paranormal enthusiast, instigated many of the investigations here at the house and believed Gregorian chants could be heard outside her bedroom window. It was she who discovered the chilling story of how a lone maid had been murdered in cold blood on the palace stairs. And yes, as in all good legends, the butler did it. Could this explain the unsettling sensations of being pushed, or does the responsibility lie with the mysterious Grey Lady?
Well, we're here in the stairs, and...
You don't like this, do you?
No, I don't like it at all.
No.
There is something really freaky about this house. I don't like it. I don't like the feel of it. I've got goosebumps everywhere.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Do you think it's because you know what's happened
I think it's probably because I do know what's happened here, but if all the lights were to go down in this place and I was on my own, I would lose it. But there's something really odd about this house. It's not, let's turn the light, oh God, so turn the lights off then. I know because there's lots of people here, so that's okay. Let's turn the lights down.
The presence of Derek Acora has been requested at the Palace House. Please step aside.
Okay.
He's on his way.
Right.
You know what it is here, don't you? Expect someone to be looking out the balcony there.
Wait till then. Oh, yeah, he's here, it is. Hiya, kiddo. You all right?
Yes.
Don't like it.
No.
Can you, right, I'm so interested to find out what you can pick up around here.
Yes. Well, firstly, you know...
Come up the stairs, come up the stairs.
Okay. Life was taken here.
A what?
A life was taken here. There's also... Well, how was this? Female. Female. Also, there's a male as well. Why am I getting two?
Are they not relatives or...?
No, they're not. No, they're not relatives. I'm guessing one would be a youngish female who would not be, it's like as if she'd hold her head down at times, as if she took orders, it's like as if she took orders like a maid. And she, up and down these stairs at times, up and down these stairs, and often here stands.
Come on up there
Yes,
then.
she was the one that showed herself a little bit earlier tonight. It's okay, you're all right, Ivy. It's only the clock, okay? Maybe that, I think that is absolutely being made to happen. Maybe it's the time.
Sorry.
Okay, but maybe she's done
Why
this.
why would it chime at 21:46? I don't understand that.
It's late, it could be a quarter to chime on the quarter hour.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could check that out.
All right.
It's okay.
It's silly.
you're all
I
right.
know I'm being daft. Stop
But
it.
can you
right.
smell a very musky smell?
Yeah, it's
Phil?
very musty. It's very old, very musty here.
And let's be honest, that smell is apparent on quite a few haunted locations.
Is
Yes,
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Now, she stands at times here, just at this level.
So you're saying that there's a maid
Yes.
that's standing there?
Yes, but there's another lady who bypasses her. And, you know, to me, the other energy is very regal. I call it regal because I feel as if she not only did she, Sam? She belonged here. She still belongs here. And she has no intention of moving. She's happy here. She loved this lovely, lovely house. And she's not even in visitation. She is grounded. She wants to stay here, bless her.
This is the regal person,
Yes,
not the maid?
not the maid.
So this is somebody completely different?
Someone completely different.
Right.
So I get my I don't know, why are they cutting my hands off from my head?
Why are you what?
Take that off me.
What's the matter? What's the matter? Tell me.
Oh, just for a few moments, my hands, my wrists were chopped off.
Oh, God.
And my head was sliced. What on heck's that, Sam? This man, oh bless, this man would have been murdered and taken and buried. He's buried. He's got nothing to do with the two lovely spirit ladies here. Has he not? He hasn't. Okay. Say it again.
Can you see?
Yes.
What?
There's a lovely lady now starting to develop here. Please, who are you?
Okay.
Who are you? Come on. Please, if you can't speak loud, Sam, help her. She's Countess. She's a Countess. She's moved up the stairs, Phil.
Okay.
Don't alarm her, Phil. Just let her... Can we go into that area?
I don't want you to give me any names, okay?
Okay.
I just want, because I want to do an envelope thing with you again so everybody at home can join in with this experiment. It's very
Okay.
important. So
Okay.
where is she gone now?
She's just actually, she moved very regally. In actual fact, on this carpet here, what she was doing, it was like as if her feet were raised a couple of feet off the ground as if she was floating. She's a lovely gowned lady. And, yes, it's like as if she takes stock of this place. This belongs to her.
I need you to give me a name of the person that you think that's predominantly haunting this staircase.
Sam knows.
Okay.
And he's just told me.
Right, I want you to write it down. Do not show anybody at home, okay? Write it down. I'm going to seal that up. Okay, and I'll just sign that. Okay? All right? And it's sealed there. Phil, can you put that on the staircase, I think, in the corner on the staircase near the webcam, so possibly the webcam can pick that up. Did she lose her life on the stairs?
I can't tell whether... I feel as if there's... I'm not sure whether it's I've got the two females that walk these stairs.
Right, and that's the maid?
There's a maid.
Right, okay.
And I'm, at this moment in time...
Have you given me the name of the maid or the important lady?
Oh, the important lady.
Right, okay.
I want to use the word the lady of the house.
Right, okay.
And, you know, she's so regal, so beautiful,
Yeah.
so lovely,
Yeah.
caring heart, a very, very beautiful person.
Okay.
Is there a name associated with the maid, Derek, that you are aware of, or Sam's aware of?
I'll ask him. Can you give me, can you receive that name, Sam? Of her, she wasn't of any great age. I'd feel as if it's either I've fallen, I'm not really sure whether I've been pushed, but it's as if like a tumble. And I break something, you know, which takes her over out of her physical body. You know something? I feel as if it was accidental.
What are you seeing? What are you seeing?
Who are you? Please, I will approach you. I mean no harm to you.
Who is it? Who is it?
Who are you? He keeps on saying, brother, it sounds like Brother Augustus. Brother Augustus? Is that you, sir? Okay. Yeah, yes, go on, you can... He's
Where
holding
is he?
my arm.
Wait, he's holding your arm?
Yes, he got my arm. Can you feel him? Did you see the move?
No.
He went right over.
There was a noise over there to the right-hand side.
He shot over.
Can we get cameras in here?
Oh my God.
He went right across. You saw him, Ivy, didn't you?
Above us, all the ceilings have started to creak. And not only that, but we've heard a creaking in the corner of the room over there. Okay, can you see? It's all beamwork up there, and we've just heard heavy footsteps up there. Yeah. Now, I've just asked Sally, our floor manager, okay, if there's anybody upstairs, and you're saying there isn't anybody. There's nobody there at all upstairs?
There's nobody, there's only us here.
Right, well, we've just heard footsteps above us, okay? There's creaking going on. I don't know, if we just try and be a bit quiet, maybe we'll hear something else. There's definitely something in this room, definitely. Right, so we're just going to be quiet. There was definite footsteps up there.
I wrote it down.
That was really freaky.
3 times, you heard it?
It's definitely, I mean, buildings creak when they get colder. Yeah. That was definitely footsteps.
Absolutely.
There's something going on in this house. I'm telling you, there is something in this house.
Once a refectory, this has been the parish church of Beaulieu since the middle of the 16th century. But the monks never let go of Beaulieu, as one priest discovered. Reverend Robert Fraser Powells claimed to know each of the spirit monks by name. He would hold candlelight mass for his monastic friends, locking the doors so as not to disturb their prayers. And it's believed that at night, a low ghostly hum can be heard floating through the cold midnight air.
Well, so far, it's quite cold in here. Have a bit of a walk round and see if we can actually feel anything at all. It's quite a large church. Don't feel, in all honesty, anything at the moment. It's nothing like the house that we've just been to. It's a completely different feel, different atmosphere altogether. And it will, again, very interesting to see what happens with Derek, whether he's going to pick up on who the people are that are seen in here. Are they the same people that he's already picked up on, which is very interesting. So, again, what's that?
I think it's these grills. You've got to be really careful.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
Did you just stand on them?
Yeah, I might have done.
You did?
Yeah.
I think we need Derek to come on in.
Derek, would you come inside and join the team in the parish church?
Are you there?
Hiya, lovey.
Okay, Phil.
Now this, to me, I don't know, how do you feel this is a lot different? Anything in here at all?
Well, this is the ether in this church is a lot different than the house.
Yes.
And what I get here as I've walked in, without a doubt, you know, what it looks like and what it is. And yes, it is a house of prayer, deep prayer and contemplation. And in the residual energy here, at times, I feel it becomes so charged with that mental prayer going out, but it's still staying in the atmosphere. So if a person or people were to come in prayer and what have you, they would most definitely hear a group. Oh, who? Who? He? Say that again, Sam. There's another. Is that a monk? Another monk. He said, Brother John. Brother John comes here.
Right.
Brother John gets his group of his fellow monks, and they go into deep prayer here. A group of them. A group of monks.
So they're still coming in here and they're still praying?
Absolutely.
Right.
Maybe 15, 20 of them.
Now, people have reported sort of hearing, monks chanting, Derek.
1756. Oh, sorry.
What's with that date?
1756. A man who was here in prayer, who's not a monk. I feel clergy.
Who?
Clergy, a clergyman. Yeah. And he is also, he's not grounded here, but he comes in visitation because of his experience. And I feel when he comes, thank you, Sam, when he comes here and he sees and hears the monks who were here before him, there seems to be a little bit of, there's charged feelings in the atmosphere which makes a manifestation of a person.
Who is this person? Can you give us a name? We'll try.
See, they give me a date. 1756 is very important for this man who is here.
Richard, how do you think about, what do you think about what Derek's saying in the church?
Well, he's certainly coming up with a vicar. He's coming up with a chap who was actually called Robert Fraser Powles, known as Daddy Powles. But where the 1756 comes from, I don't know, because actually this chap was born 1886. He used to see ghost monks in his church. He knew them all by name, and he actually used to lock himself in the church with his ghostly congregation. He even had Christmas Mass for the dead monks in that church.
And that was a different date?
It's a different date, yeah. Derek said 1756. He's certainly wrong on that date as regards if it's that chap.
I've chosen an object from somewhere on the estate, essentially. It's a small object. I've got it about my person, and I've tried to choose a fairly unusual object. I'm going to go and hide it in a place where nobody can see it. We're going to leave this building, and it'll be shuttered away so nobody can get in here. We want people at home to then phone in or text in or email in to see if they can divine what that object might be.
Okay, so do you want to go off now and put that object somewhere? Do you want to go and do that?
I'm going to go and put it
You're going to go put it upstairs, so we cannot see anything from here. I don't have a clue what the object is. Matthew is the only person that knows what this object is. Right, okay, well, we're back here in the actual house, because if you remember on the earlier part of the programme, things were happening, and we left the cloisters because basically you were saying that there was nothing really there.
At that moment in time, there was no activity.
No.
Really, no.
So we thought, you know, the precious time that we have, it's probably a good idea to come back here and see what else we can do. We're also going to try and see if we can do a séance with just a small group of us, and basically that's what we're going to see. At the moment, you're saying that you're picking up on the female presence again, aren't you?
Absolutely, yes. The moment we come onto this bottom part of the stairs, her energy is in that area, so she's now aware that we're back.
Okay.
Sorry, is that the maid or the regal?
The regal lady.
Right, okay, so not the maid.
Not the maid.
Right, right, should we have the lights down in here? Okay, all the lights down. Now, all the crew members are accounted for here. There's nobody upstairs. So hopefully something will happen. And I think it's Jamie. Is it Jamie? Jamie. Now Jamie's actually works here, don't you, Jamie?
Yeah, well, I'm a costume guide here in the house. So you'll represent the 1889 staff that worked here in the house. I mean, we have maids, butlers, I actually represent a valet. And, I mean, it's interesting, obviously, to find out stories about people that we might be...
What's happened to you? Have you had any experiences here?
Well, I've smelt a really strong smell of cigar smoke right at the bottom of the stairs. And it's not just me that smelt it. I mean, there's lots of different people that work here have also smelt it at different times.
Are you happy to actually come and join us and just sort of make up the numbers, just the four of us, to do a séance?
Yeah, sure.
You
sure,
happy?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to reveal the name in the envelope when I get the thumbs up from David to do so. But in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll make our way upstairs and sort of get ready to do the séance. So we'll do that now. Okay, let's go on upstairs. All the crew are accounted for. Anybody that's left down here, you must be quiet. You mustn't make any noise or move around, because then any noises that we do here can be accounted for, okay? So let's go upstairs. This is a genuine investigation. There's been stuff happening in this house. There were definitely footsteps that we heard. Oh my God, there's a cold spot. There's a cold spot, quick.
Sweet.
There.
Yes.
There's a cold spot. Feel that?
Yeah. And it's coming
You
around
feel
as well
it?
here.
My God.
Yes.
That is icy cold.
Window.
Window. There you go.
There you go.
There's a logical explanation.
Connection.
Hey! I think a round of applause from the audience, please. Hey! A draft from the window.
Yes. Oh.
Why's the alarm gone off?
It's an alarm. It's a sensor alarm.
Why's the sensor gone off?
I don't know. I'll go and turn it off.
What?
I'll go and turn it off.
Where is it? Where's the sensor?
Downstairs.
Down the stairs. Why the hell is that? Who's gone in there? Who set it off? Why has the sensor gone off? What? Where's the sensors? Where are they?
We have a range of sensors downstairs, or some upstairs. That one's actually one downstairs.
Okay. Why? Why has it gone
Yeah,
off?
well, it could be anything in the house. There are alarms set up.
So it could be any of us down here?
It could be.
Oh, well, that's what it is then, isn't it? So first of all, we have a drafty window, and then we have us setting off our own sensors. That's fine.
Set off when something's moved?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, certain objects around in the house.
All right, well, let's go back upstairs. So is that anywhere in the house? Could that happen upstairs as well?
It could do.
Can you turn the sensors off now?
I could.
Can you turn them off now? So then if anything does happen, any movements happen, then we know it's not going to go off, because that won't make any sense. We'll make our way up here. Derek, are you feeling anything at all?
Not a great deal, but once we get to the higher level, I'm sure it's going to improve, hopefully.
God, this is one hell of a spooky house. This is really freaky. I hate
Oh, and now I am now starting to be aware. The lovely lady who was, you know, I'm linking with her before. Now I am aware of a man's presence. As we go up further.
Up.
Yeah.
What's he like? Is he? Are you picking up? Is he quite an aggressive man? Is he?
Well, it's funny because as I get this like personality and attitude. This is not a monk. This is not a monk.
Who is he? What's he
Who
doing?
are you?
Oh, is he there?
Yes, there is movement there.
Where?
Who is he? His name's Edward.
Edward.
Edward. Edward.
Is he here? Can you see him?
No,
Is he gone?
Well, actually, no, he's in the energy. He's just not actually showing himself. Okay, his name is Edward. Sam, can you intervene with this, please? Who would he be? Now, a good young man.
Heat. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
And the smell of candles. Can you smell that? Sally, can you smell it? Yeah. Sally can smell it. Can anybody else smell it? Yes. Can you smell it? There is a smell of candles as if they've just been blown out.
There's a warm spot here, isn't there?
There is a warm
feels
spot.
fairly
It's
warm.
very, very warm around this particular area here.
Again, this can apply when you get what we call spiritual movement, moving from one area to the next, and as they pass through, they leave that area. Well, Phil knows all about that, but and leaves either a cold spot or warm. And, you know, this, I feel, is because of the name Edward.
Why don't we sit around this... Oh, we can't sit there. Why don't we sit on the floor in a circle?
Yes.
Yeah? Should we do that? Give me your name.
Edward.
You're Edward.
Edward, what are you doing here? What are you...
I'm here to meet you. Give me your surname, Edward. Who are you?
Beaumont.
Beaumont. How did you die, Edward?
Did I?
Yes.
Did I?
You're dead. You're dead. Come on, Edward. How did you die?
I suppose in my sleep.
In your sleep? How old are you? How old are you, Edward?
I'm 63 years.
It's all right. It's okay. Derek, come forward. It's all right. Derek.
Go back to David, please. Go back to David. You all right, Derek?
I don't like that one bit, Matthew.
Again, what appears to have happened to Derek is that he seems to have taken on the personality of this Edward Beaumont.
Which is described to people, this happening to people. And I have to say, I've worked with Derek for 12 months now, and I have never seen him do this. I've seen it on a tape show on Most Haunted. Very unusual.
I will say, so it's not the first time he's done it. Again, it's difficult to say whether or not he really is taking on this personality. How would you differentiate that from him just playing out the role as though he was taking on that personality?
No, sure. Richard?
Why would he bother to do that? Yeah, okay, it looks good. But I have been in seances with Derek, and I've seen him before, and I'll be quite honest with you, there are times when I've been terrified when he's done it. I can't find any trace of an Edward Beaumont, but so what?
Yeah, okay. How's Derek? Is he all right?
Well, I didn't expect that to, you know, in any way, shape or form, because when we conduct seances, we generally get a sign, don't we, that we'll get something going round the circle, and then suddenly, maybe then, but because there wasn't that signal, and then suddenly, because we were asking,
It
this
happened very,
person
very quickly, didn't it?
responded, yes. No, he wasn't hurting me.
But you went backwards. You were going to
Yes.
go fall backwards, weren't you?
Exactly.
Okay.
And I feel that was a condition that was with this good man, not a bad man. And I feel here, I don't know if it was like a pneumonia, congestion or something.
Okay.
And he lay back and his last breaths on a very deep pillow.
Okay, now we're back on the stairs and it's time to find out exactly what Derek, what the name it was that was written down on the envelope. So, Phil, do you want to take the name out of the envelope?
Okay.
Okay. And don't say anything, just turn the name towards the camera so everybody at home can see what it is. Okay. David, it'd be interesting to see what Matthew thinks on that.
Yeah, it will. OK, Isabella Beaumont.
Yeah, well, it should be Beaulieu, really, so it's obviously a bit of a cross purposes there. But again, the fact that...
OK, let's deal with Isabella first.
Isabella, I mean, that's... I think probably Richard will be able to confirm that Countess Isabella Beaulieu was someone who lived there, and obviously, and people have seen things that they interpret as being perhaps her ghost. And that's fairly well known, so that's not too surprising that Derek might have chosen that name. And again, in terms of people at home who may not have had a chance to research that, again, when that came up, the caption came across the screen that mentioned Isabella, and then we started talking about it, so that doesn't surprise me at all.
So we're not impressed with that.
I'm not impressed.
But what about this Beaumont thing? Because it should be Beaulieu. He comes out with Beaumont and then takes on the role of Edward Beaumont. Do you think that he's making that up?
Well, I think when we saw him take on this persona at the seance, again, for me personally, I find it very difficult to think that it's not just simply him pretending, not simply taking on the role and pretending to be this person. It's very difficult to not think that. That to me is the most rational explanation.
Let me ask you a straight question. In your opinion, do you believe Derek is pretending?
In my opinion, I think he would be pretending there. Purely in my opinion, given that I find that I would think he's pretending there. I mean, that's purely my opinion, because I find that a far more plausible explanation than him actually taking on the persona of a spirit of a dead person.
So you believe he's pretending? What about the audience? Wait, right, let's go to the audience. I'm just going to grab a microphone. I recognise your face, Lisa Faulkner. Hello, good to see you.
Hello.
What do you make of Matthew saying that?
I don't think that's true at all. I really do believe Derek. I mean, I've got no reason to, apart from when I've seen him do it before, and I don't think he could act that, really.
You say that?
I don't think that he could act it. I think it's real.
You think it's real?
Yes.
What about Angela Griffiths?
Griffin,
sorry.
I'm in two minds.
Do you believe he's role-playing?
Well, until he said that, and then I thought, well, maybe I could be pretending. I don't know.
You don't know, and yet you're sitting in Beaulieu. There are hundreds of thousands, millions of people at home wanting to be here, and you're still not convinced?
Well, there's another half hour or so. I'll wait and see if I can be more convinced.
OK. Any other comments about Matthew Smith saying Derek is pretending? Who said yes? Who said yes? I heard. Did you say yes?
Yes.
Come on, why? Why do you really believe he's pretending?
Yes, I think he's acting.
Do you?
Yes.
OK.
Sorry.
OK, yeah, anyone else agree? Oh, I think you might be on your own. You know, whatever you make of it tonight, lots of strange things have happened here in the Domus. People have experienced strange things. The lady over there felt as though she'd been hit. The guy over there, his necklace apparently was removed from him and appeared under the chair in front. Footsteps, people seeing dogs, orbs, Derek naming various things, possibly footsteps being heard, the motion detector going off. Lots going on.
There's a person that's been murdered, but I feel as if I'm just encased in lead. And his head was punctured. I go through the, boom, like this, and he placed something on his head. It's like as if she took orders like a maid. She belonged here, she still belongs here, and she has no intention of moving. She's moved up the stairs, Phil. Oh! Oh, can we come up here, please? Who are you? He keeps on saying, brother, it sounds like Brother Augustus. Did you see the move?
No.
He went right over.
There was a noise over there to the right-hand side.
He shot over.
And we've just heard heavy footsteps up there. There's definitely something in this room, definitely. There's something going on in this house. I'm telling you, there is something in this house.
Do you believe that was paranormal activity?
100%, yeah.
And it was like someone actually punching me in the side, and I turned around thinking,
Where?
Here.
On your thigh?
Yes, really hard, enough to make me turn round. And when I turned round, there's an empty seat.
And her chair was empty, and this chain, my chain was, which I had on underneath my polo neck, because it's quite cold, was in the middle of the chair, in front.
Has that ever happened before to you?
It hasn't, no.
The phones have gone mad. They've got people are saying they saw a figure behind Yvette in the palace. Also, when Derek had the reaction to the connection that they were trying to get, all these people have said their television interference has gone wrong. Ian Simpson in Plymouth, Vicky in Lee, Michelle Campbell in Motherwell, Carol Hedges, Gillingham and Sue in Bristol, across the United Kingdom, so not in one location at all. Now, tonight, one of the sites of the most activity and a lot of controversy is just above us here in the Domus. The motion detector going, that's where the trigger object is. It's now gone 6 times. So what is going on in this room? A room of immense paranormal, or supposedly paranormal activity. This is the story of the Domus.
Originally a dormitory for the Abbey lay brothers, the Domus is now primarily used for celebrations and functions, but not all the guests have been invited. Brother John's creaking footsteps, lights involuntary switching on and off, Brother Augustus' monastic chants, these are just some of the astonishing accounts, but here lies a gruesome story that has created one of Beaulieu's most controversial legends. 2 men's lengths from where you are standing, and a little to the right, hissed the voice as it described how it had murdered, mutilated and buried body parts just outside the precinct wall. Can Derek unearth the mystery of the Wrath?
It's the answer to that question in a moment, but just the actual feel of this place, it's got a horrible smell to it, hasn't it?
It does, yeah, it's not very nice.
It's very, very musty. And it's funny that the whole crew, when we were coming up here, everybody went, oh, it's not nice. Now the webcam is up here, as you can see, looking down upon the trigger object, and of course the sensor. Now this sensor has actually gone off 6 times, okay, during our investigation, which is an awful amount of times for it to go off. Now Phil, what do you make to this?
It might be paranormal, it might not. It'd be interesting to see, and it's quite difficult to find out, whether this abbey was built on some kind of fault line, which could give off a vibratory effect. Minute as it might seem, it could give off enough strong effect to cause that to, the tray to vibrate slightly and cause the alarm to go off. Also, I'm not sure how wide that beam would be, because it's directly behind or in front of the webcam. Now, if the webcam moves and that beam is wide enough to pick it up, that might trigger the sensor off too.
All right. Now then, we need to get Derek in because we need to find out the answer to those questions that we asked earlier on. So Derek, come on up the very steep stairs. Okay. This, to me, is not nice.
No.
Not nice at all. It doesn't have a nice feel to it. It's got a horrible smell.
Yeah. Okay. This has got the residual energy of the word secrecy.
Really?
Yeah. Now, what does that mean, Sam? It's like you've got at times an individual spirit person, a male, who comes up here, and it's like as if it's the only way I can put it, even though he's in his spirit body, he wants to just rest up. Rest up.
You're saying he just wants to rest up. Who's he?
I feel it's the name John.
John?
John.
John who? Can you give me a surname with that?
It's like as if I want to stomp all round this floorboard in here and just stomp my feet. Bang.
Do you think that this John is the person that's responsible for making the sensor go off?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, it might be paranormal, but it's important to mention the other possible causes too.
Yeah, of course.
I feel, whilst being in this atmosphere now, the name John is the cause and the effect of the noises.
So why... What's that smell? Oh, it could be, I tell you what it could be. It could be because we've got the pumpkins downstairs.
Yeah,
it could be all of that coming up there, of course.
Yeah.
Now, this John, why is he here? What's his purpose of being here for? What happened to him?
He had, I feel he had a, you know, even whilst I'm up here now, my train of thought is being taken away. And taken away again to something that I experienced a little earlier. And it seems as if, as silly or as daft as it may sound, I feel as if I've got both these hands taken away from me.
So this is the same man that you're picking up in the house?
Yes.
Right, okay.
And this thing with my head here.
Did you come up with a name in the house for that?
I don't know. I can't recollect.
I don't think you did you?
No, you didn't. No, not at all. No.
And I just feel as if... I'm not sure, bear with me, whether it's two separate Johns. Earlier I was talking about a brother John, and I don't know if it's the same person. You know, the same person as John, brother John. I just have that psychic inclination.
For everybody at home who's watching, and of course it's Halloween, but it is the witching hour. It is, of course, now midnight. So, what else are you feeling in this room? Do you feel it's an active room, apart from the stomping up and down?
No, I feel that this room is only seemingly active when this individual spirit person comes up into this area. He's not always here.
He's not grounded then?
No, no. It's like him coming in, doing his walk round and what have you, making himself... You see, I feel also, he knows... When he's come into the atmosphere, he knows that there's someone around in the physical, so he does this to draw attention.
So he's, as you say, he's not grounded here, so is he listening in now? Does he know we're here?
I believe that he does. I believe that a number of the spirit people, even the ones who've not really stepped forward, I've been very aware of it all, you know, since early evening, about, like I said, in the back there, outside, about eyes watching us. I mean, collectively, not one, two or three, but a number of souls, and a number of souls from different levels of time.
Can you try and concentrate now and see if you can get the surname for this John?
You see, again, that has got to be actually given to me. If that individual was here now, in his spirit body, in this room, collectively around us, the likelihood that it would become... push forward to me, but again, it's, come on Sam, see if you can help me with this. Try. It's still... I'm still not getting that of it.
Okay, well maybe before the end of the programme, keep trying.
Yeah, I will.
See.
I will.
Yeah. It's nothing, it's kind of like, it's just a horror, it's just, what would have been up here? Just a, who would have lived up here? I wonder if John lived up here.
He may have had strong connections with this actual room.
You don't think it's a place where they sort of kept like provisions and stuff or something like that?
Maybe a storeroom or something like that.
Yeah.
It's hay or something.
Maybe, you know, the name John was responsible for doing things up here, and
But
this is why he returns.
But you're saying he had his wrists cut.
Again, I'm saying that I'm getting these wrists cut, and my head seems to be taken away as well, and then like hurriedly being either taken and like buried or something covered up, and I just get that energy with him.
Right.
And I feel maybe this is why he is coming in to the atmosphere, because he's like, you know, he's in his spirit body now, but like a slight torment of the manner in which he was like,
He went over. Right, okay.
You know, it's a torment to him.
Okay, all right. David, it's back to you.
Yeah, Richard Felix is getting very excited here. Go on, Richard, what were you just telling me?
Well, number one, Brother John's boots have been heard, footsteps. That's probably why Derek can't come up with a surname, because in those days, we're talking the 13th century, a lot of people didn't have surnames. He would just be Brother John. End of story, hence the fact that nothing else comes out. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle actually did something rather nasty here with a Ouija board and got this rather nasty ghost figure, dismembered, no hands, no head, that was buried outside the walls, and this figure said it wanted to be reburied inside the sanctuary here. Now, the reason it's still haunting is because it's dismembered, its body wasn't whole, so its soul also would not be whole, and on the day of judgment it would be condemned to eternal damnation, hence the fact it's still haunting.
And how easy would it be for Derek to have found that information out and then just incorporate it into, as Matthew calls it, what did you call it? Role play?
Oh, role play.
I would imagine that he could find it out. You must remember, he does not know where he's coming, and don't forget he's been chaperoned all night.
But you wanted to pick Matthew up, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, obviously Matthew's saying that Derek's pretending. It's exactly the same thing as Matthew would say that anyone says they've seen a ghost. Oh, you've made it up. Oh, you're mistaken. You're overtired. You've had too much to drink.
Well, no, I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that Derek's pretending. I'm just saying, to me, it smacks of somebody who would just be role-playing. For people who claim they have these experiences, I typically wouldn't say they're making it up. But I think I want to encourage people to be critical thinkers when they have these experiences and think of ways in which these things could happen that maybe not be paranormal.
But do you feel your mind is maybe closed then?
Oh, not at all, no. I mean, I'm actually involved in research looking at some of the possible paranormal explanations for people's experiences, but I think we need to also consider possible normal or conventional explanations, and perhaps before we sort of jump to the paranormal
Well, let's see whether Derek can pick up anything in this room. Let's go back to Derek. Now, he's at the top of this room.
Well, we're here in the Domus. We decided to come down here and see if Derek, I know everybody's here, but it'd be interesting to see if you actually can pick anything up in this particular room.
What I am aware of, Vivi, right now, which I haven't been all night, within this investigation, you may laugh about it, even Matthew, is that down towards you, Matthew, comes running two dogs. Now, they don't belong to you, but maybe, I don't know, and they seem to be coming down that way. And these two dogs, they don't really belong here. Okay, Sam, thanks.
What do you think to that, Matthew?
Can't see any dogs myself.
Okay, you'll feel them when I come down.
Let's hope they're not going to be real dogs.
They're nice dogs.
Let's turn the lights down. Let's turn the lights down. Let's have a little bit of darkness in here, I think. Okay? Okay, we'll turn the lights down. If anybody feels anything at all, I don't know if you have been feeling anything in here, let us know, okay?
Has anyone
anybody felt
someone
anything?
brushing across the
You
legs?
have? Yeah. What have you felt?
When you were in the main house, it was as if somebody put their hand and just, somebody strokes your hair. It was just like that, just a stroke of my hair.
And I take it you're a believer?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else feel anything? Who said that? Where are you? Who said yeah? Oh God, it's paranormal again. You see I'm hearing voices now. Derek, are you picking anything up else? Anything else? No? So there's dogs. You picked up the dogs earlier on. Will you say,
Yes.
are they in this particular room all the time?
When I was there, very aware of the dogs coming into this space. The two dogs were the same breed. And these dogs are, I call them 3/4 in height. To me, they're like hunting dogs. And the two of them, they were connected. They were housed together. But I feel, for some reason, they don't belong here. Or they didn't belong here. They were brought here. And I feel in the company of a lady.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I feel the dogs' energies and whatever were in response, maybe, when Matthew was talking. And it's like as if they come to present themselves to you and say, ha, there we are, two spirit dogs. Can you see me?
But again, you must understand that for someone like me then, who's obviously quite sceptical of these things, is to say, well, how can I differentiate the possibility of just making that up from the possibility you really are seeing these things and they really are there? You have to obviously appreciate that my position is that, well, it's not convincing enough to suggest that it's not you simply making these things up.
Okay.
How do you respond, Derek? Because Matthew, you know, Matthew normally sits on the fence. Tonight he told us, the audience at home, the audience here, that you make it up.
Okay. My response to it, and I say it with absolute sincerity and also with humility as well, Matthew, throughout my years, okay, through my family, my mum, my dad, my grandparents and what have you, they knew two things about me. One, that I could never be an actor because I can never remember anything. Two, I can never remember scripts. I couldn't remember 3 sets of lines together. Nor my worst subject in my schooling was history. Everything that goes against. If you were sitting with my lovely mum, she'd say, Matthew, my son, what you're saying now is the opposite of what you're saying. And that would come from my mother, not through a biased view, but by knowing me. So, okay.
But again, and even though I think David's kind of overstated in my case, that I've not said you are making us up, but you must appreciate that when we see what it is you're doing, it's very difficult to differentiate making it up from the possibility that it really is genuine.
Well, okay, yeah, I understand that. But also, if you could take my side or a medium side in this sense, if you could and go into the scenarios of our investigations, okay, and you were to sit and the effect of what can happen and does happen.
Derek, let me just stop you there, because tonight we are carrying out an open-minded investigation. We're going to reveal the results of the final 2 experiments. So much more to come.
Now then, first of all, we need to send Phil Wyman to retrieve the envelope that we actually left in the Abbey. So if you can go and do that, please, that would be great. Okay?
Okay.
Now you need to go
Yes,
and send...
now Matthew, where are you? Come
Matthew
here.
off.
You've put the shuttered object over there, haven't you?
Yes, in the church.
Can you go and retrieve your object? Do not show us what it is.
Okay.
Go and get
Okay,
it. Give them a round of applause, please.
Yes.
We're going to reveal the results of those 2 experiments very, very shortly. Right, now the first of those, if you remember, Derek here came up with the name of someone who he believed was the killer of the person buried in the Abbey grounds. We put that name in an envelope which was sealed and signed. Now, you at home have been calling in with all your names. Let's go to Julian. Julian, what are the front runners?
Well, the top of the list
there you are.
is Tyler. Yeah, hi, David. Hi, everyone.
So dark.
So dark. Top of the list is Thomas, undoubtedly on the calls. There have been other names, but that's the number one name.
That's
Okay.
it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Thomas,
And
okay.
here we are, the envelope.
All right. Do you want to hold that? Now, do you want me to open this now? Okay, let's open it and see what Derek put down here. Okay. Matthew, can you see what's been written? Where's Matthew? Oh, he's not. No, he's in the
he's not back
church.
yet.
Isn't it? He's not back yet. Oh, yes, he's coming back.
Okay.
Matthew, there's the name that Derek.
Okay. What do you make of this? The name from our audience, the top name was Thomas. This has come out as Brother David.
Well, what am I supposed to make of it? Obviously, people at home weren't picking up on that name. Both very common names.
Yeah.
It's surprising. Was there anybody picking up on the name David at all? I mean, I know Thomas and John were 2 of the very common ones.
Not many Davids, I have to say. Not many Davids, but
we did get
there
David.
were a few Davids. Yeah,
Okay,
there were a few
but
Davids.
then you could say, well, you could come up with a load of names, really, couldn't you? Okay, where is oh, there, I'm very confused. Where is it now? You've got an object there. Okay, let's go and find out. What the front runner is, shall we?
Right, now, top of the list for the object is a snuff box or silver box. That is what people have been ringing in. That is the number 1 choice on the phone.
And second?
Well, we've got other objects like a silver cross, a toy car. A lot of people thought that it was a toy car.
I saw a lot of things coming in about a toy car.
Toy cars is popular, especially on the text.
Silver box.
Silver box is number 1.
Let's see
Matthew,
what is it.
show.
Right, it's not a silver box. It's a toy aeroplane.
Right, can you see that? Little plastic toy aeroplane. But
did anybody get it right?
Which is very odd.
Did anybody get a plastic aeroplane?
I didn't see plastic airplane.
No.
I saw toys.
I
did
tell
see
you,
toys and toy cars.
But I happen to know that Dave and Mandy from Plymouth came up with this exactly.
No way.
Plastic aeroplane.
Now that's interesting.
Out of 500 people who applied, they got it right. So I think, Matthew, an unusual object you'd expect to come up with something?
Yeah, I mean, this kind
would
of
link
way
in?
of trying to testing these kind of is not ideal because you really want a randomly chosen object rather than me choosing one, which is why we are trying, at Liverpool Hope, we're trying to run these experiments in a controlled way. And people can check on the website to find out how they can take part in those experiments. So, yes, it gives us some indication. We would have hoped more than 1 or 2 people picked up the right information. But it maybe tells us there's something there to look at. But maybe tonight it wasn't there.
Okay, hang on to
Okay.
hang on to your plane.
Right, let me take that stick man because I just want to find out how everybody has felt about tonight's programme. Any strange experiences apart from being absolutely frozen to death? I'm going to come, I'll trip over your handbag, love. Oh, gosh, blimey. Okay, right. What experience did you have?
We saw when they took the picture of the gravestone, afterwards it showed you 2 orbs, but just as the picture was taken, it showed you a white figure, sort of like sat over the gravestone, leaning back.
And you saw that on the film?
Yeah, there's quite a few people.
You saw that?
here.
All of us, quite a few of us. Did you? Yeah. Oh gosh! So it's actually worth, if anybody recorded the programme, it's actually worth maybe looking back at that bit of the all-nighters and maybe seeing if you can actually see what everybody here is describing. You're saying it's like a white, shadowy figure.
It looked like a man in a white robe.
Like a what?
It was a man kneeling down in front of the cross in a white robe, and he was just kneeling down like that.
All of you saw that?
Yeah.
That's really... Anybody else? Anybody else see that same thing? How many of you saw that? Oh my word, it's actually worth viewing back that bit of VT maybe and actually finding out.
Some people at home see it as well.
Right, okay. Anybody else have anything strange happen to them while they're in the audience? Okay. Oh, right, hang on. Oh, hang on, let me come round this way. I'll go to the front row, it's a lot easier. Where have you gone? Hello, what's your name?
Matthew, yeah, just going back to the same bit, we've got in contact with people at home and they even saw that figure at home on telly, so it was definitely
Definitely there. What
coming.
exactly did they see?
It was just this white crouching figure underneath the cross, just as they took the double digital camera picture and had the orbs. And
We've got to
right
definitely look back at that. It's on the right-hand side. You've thought it was like a child?
I thought it was a little white child crouched down like that underneath the cross.
Oh, we've got to have a look back at that. Anybody else, apart from the photograph, experiencing anything strange here at all? Yeah? Let me come over. Who? Oh, right, round there. Gosh, right, okay. Let me get round to you. In the red hat. Okay. What did you experience?
Yeah, well, a bunch of us here really just keep hearing the sort of rustlings over here, and well, sort of as though someone's walking along.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just over here in the sort of middle arch over there.
So like footsteps?
Yeah, quite a few of us here.
Really?
Yeah,
Leaves?
yeah.
Not an animal? Could it have been an animal or anything like that?
Well, who knows? Who knows?
Exactly. Okay, David, so quite a few people have actually experienced something, and it'll be very, very interesting to see what that piece of VT shows.
Yeah, okay, where's Matthew? Come in, Matthew. Tonight has been an incredible night. What are your feelings about tonight?
Well, I'm really pleased there's obviously lots and lots of experiences, lots of unusual sounds, people seeing things, people at home seeing things as well, and I find that quite fascinating that we find that thousands of people, and obviously hundreds of people here tonight, all seeing something, witnessing things, which again, at the very least, gives us something to work with. I'm personally not surprisingly convinced that it's necessarily paranormal. Maybe it tells us more about the psychology of these situations, but again, it's interesting to look at.
And for the first time, you came off your fence, and it's the nearest I've heard you come to accusing Derek of making it up.
Well, you pushed me. I didn't actually...
See, I don't like it. I did push you because I thought it was important.
Well, I just think it's important to recognise that that's a possible explanation, that Derek could be making it up, and that we need to do slightly more controlled studies to tease those explanations apart.
I agree.
That people shouldn't just accept it at face value. They should try to be a bit more critical.
Okay. Are you still friends with Matthew, Derek?
Of course I am, yes, of course. He's a fellow Scouser.
Is that a good reason?
No, I understand what Matthew, that's his work and whatever. I disagree in a healthy way, but hopefully one day I feel that maybe Matthew will say, hey, Derek, Yvette, Phil, you're right,
And how has tonight gone for you? Were you pleased with it?
I was, purely simply because these lovely spirit people here at this beautiful abbey tried very hard. Didn't you think, Evie?
I did. I
and
definitely
Phil,
heard this.
and I think that they worked a treat. So they responded, and
Let's go to Richard Felix. Come into the light.
Come to the light.
Your
yes.
thoughts?
My thoughts on tonight, excellent night. One thing I would say about Matthew is he's doing this research. I do think there should be a lot more research being done into something that is so important.
Yeah.
And then, as Derek's already said, one day we will prove that there is life after death.
What about you, Phil?
Well, I'm just wondering about all these people that have witnessed things, whether it's auto-suggestion with being in a haunted place. Also, nobody knows for sure that mediumship is true. So one day science will...
I've got to go to Yvette.
I thought it was a great night. I absolutely heard those footsteps, and that's it for me.
Are you convinced,
No,
though?
no, of course I'm not convinced. I think there's something very odd going on, and I would love to go back to that house. I would love it. I think it's a very, very strange, frightening house.
Well, it has been an amazing night.
Yeah.
I do want to say 1,500 phone calls, 26,000 texts, 15,000 web postings, 1,400 people here. Let's say thank you to the audience in the marquee.
Thank you.
Are you there? Thank you to the marquee, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to the Domus. Wave there in the Domus.
Yes, thank you.
There you go. Thank you to our audience here. and let me leave you with this. It's been a great night. Lots of emails saying best night ever. Thank you. Good night.